This can't be right. I need to check this.
Hello, wonderful family. Welcome back to Annie's Diamond Stories, where every story opens the heart, stirs the mind, and leaves behind lessons that stay with us for a very long time. Today's story is emotional, intense, suspense-filled, and deeply thought-provoking. It is a Christian thriller about secrets, danger, betrayal, courage, hidden darkness, and the power of God to bring truth into the light. Please stay with this story until the very end, because every scene matters. Let us begin. Some nights come quietly, and some nights arrive carrying the power to change everything. For Amara, one ordinary evening at church became the beginning of a terrifying journey she never expected. She was not searching for secrets. She was not trying to expose anyone. She was simply doing her work. But truth has a way of appearing before the people God knows can carry it. And once darkness realizes that someone has seen what it was hiding, it does not sit quietly. Today's story is about what happens when faith is tested, when trust is shaken, and when a woman must decide whether to protect herself or obey God. This is the story of the night they tried to silence her. Grace Fire Chapel was one of the most admired churches in the city. The worship was beautiful. The messages were powerful. The outreach programs touched many lives, and to most people, it looked like a place where God was moving greatly. Amara Daniels loved the church deeply. It had helped her survive one of the darkest seasons of her life. After losing her mother and watching a business partnership collapse painfully, Grace Fire Chapel became her place of healing. She was not loud. She was not dramatic. She was not the kind of person who tried to be seen, but she was the kind of person who noticed things. And sometimes, people who notice things become dangerous without even trying.
Amara, are these the corrected welfare envelopes? Yes, separate the widow support letters from the medical support files. The school fee assistance letters should stay on the left side. Got it. You always keep everything so organized. If things are not arranged well, confusion enters quickly. You sound like one of the pastors. No, I just don't like missing details. That is why they trust you here. Trust should not only be given, it should be protected. That one sounds serious. Maybe it is.
Amara worked in the administrative unit of the church. She handled records, welfare documents, receipts, correspondence, and internal lists. And over time, she became known as someone who could be trusted with sensitive things. But she also had a quiet habit. She noticed inconsistencies. She noticed dates that did not match. She noticed signatures that felt rushed. She noticed explanations that sounded too smooth. She did not always speak immediately, but she always remembered. And one rainy evening, that habit led her somewhere she never expected.
Just these last envelopes, then I'll go. Finally done.
That evening, the rain began softly. By the time the midweek service ended, the rain was pounding heavily on the roof. Most people had already gone home. The church compound was nearly empty. But Amara remained behind to finish sorting some printed envelopes for the next welfare outreach. She believed she was alone. She was wrong. The electricity flickered once. Then again, the backup generator groaned. The corridor lights dimmed and returned. Amara stood up to close a cabinet and noticed something unusual. One of the lower drawers in the finance shelf was slightly open. That was odd. That section was rarely left disturbed. She moved closer. A plain brown envelope was sticking out slightly. No label, no writing. Just an envelope pushed carelessly into a drawer where careful people usually worked.
Who left this like this?
She reached for it, only to push it back in properly. But the envelope felt heavy. Something inside shifted. For a moment, She hesitated. Then she opened it. Her eyes moved across the first document, then the second, then the third, and suddenly, her breathing changed.
No, this cannot be right.
There were property agreements, transfer sheets, church seal markings, large amounts of money, a private account reference, and a signature that looked painfully familiar. The documents suggested that funds intended for orphan support housing had been directed elsewhere, amounts far larger than anything publicly announced, and none of it looked like simple carelessness. It looked hidden, very hidden. Then she heard footsteps.
Someone is here!
The footsteps were in the corridor. Slow, measured, coming closer. Mara's heart pounded. She shoved the papers back into the envelope, pushed it into the drawer, stepped away from the shelf, and grabbed a file as though she had been working normally. The office door handle moved. She froze. The door opened slightly, then stopped. A shadow passed over the gap. Silence. Then the door closed again. The footsteps lingered outside for a moment, then moved away. Amara stood completely still. Her palms were cold. Her mouth had gone dry. She looked again toward the drawer. Then in one fast movement, she pulled out her phone, opened the drawer again, snapped 2 pictures of the top pages, returned everything exactly as she found it, and grabbed her bag. The rain was still pouring as she hurried out of the building, but by then, the rain was no longer the thing making her shake. That night, sleep refused to come. Amara lay awake, staring at the photos she had taken. She zoomed in on the signatures, the numbers, the account code, the church seal. Everything felt too serious to dismiss. Yet she still hoped there was a harmless explanation. She wanted her suspicion to be wrong. She wanted peace. But by the next afternoon, peace had already begun leaving the room. When Amara returned from lunch, there was a folded note on her desk. No greeting, no name, no explanation. Just one sentence written in dark ink.
Do your work, not your curiosity. Amara, is something wrong? No, nothing. Just a random paper. You don't look fine.
But she was not all right, because the message was too direct. Someone knew. Maybe not everything, but enough. That evening, Amara went to see her cousin Nathan.
You said it was urgent. What happened?
I found something in the church office last night.
What kind of something?
Documents, hidden ones, financial documents. And today I found this note on my desk.
Let me see.
Nathan read the note slowly. Then Amara handed him her phone. He studied the photographs in silence.
Have you shown this to anyone else?
No,
Did anyone see you take the pictures?
I don't think so.
Do you trust everyone in that office?
No.
Then listen carefully. Do not confront anyone. Do not accuse anyone. Do not go searching alone. Back these files up immediately.
Nathan, what if this is him?
It is already real enough to be dangerous.
What do I do?
Pray, watch, stay calm, and remember this. Sometimes the first danger is not that you discover. It is letting the wrong people know that you discovered it.
That is why you must be wise.
I'm scared.
That is why you must be wise.
Sunday service was full of life. The choir sang with beauty. The congregation worshipped deeply. The sermon was powerful. But Amara could not settle inside herself. Every shout of praise felt tangled with a question she could not ignore. What if evil had been hiding behind sacred language all this time? After service, while people greeted each other in the courtyard, an older woman approached her. Amara recognized her face, but did not know her well. A calm woman, always quiet, always neat, often wearing a blue headscarf. The woman stopped directly in front of her.
Not every closed room is empty. Excuse me. Be careful what you open. But be even more careful what has already been opened before you.
Ma, what do you mean?
But the woman had already turned and begun walking away. Amara followed quickly. People crossed between them. By the time she reached the outer steps, the woman was gone. Later that evening, Amara searched the membership records and found her name. Mrs. Evelyn Ease, long-time member, former choir treasurer, widow. Amara knew she had to speak with her, but events moved faster than she expected. A leadership training session kept many people on church grounds that Tuesday evening. Amara was carrying attendance files toward the conference room when she passed the old records corridor. That was when she noticed something impossible. A thin line of light under the old records room door. The room was supposed to be locked and unused. She slowed, then heard voices from inside. Low, urgent, male. She could not hear everything, only pieces.
But too many questions. I should have destroyed it earlier. And before month end.
Oh, God, Dad.
A chair scraped inside. Then everything went silent. The doorknob moved.
Ah, Sister Amara, still working this late?
Yes, I'm taking these to the conference room.
Let me help you.
No, thank you. I'm all right.
You seem startled.
Just tired.
You work too hard.
Behind her, the old records room door opened slightly. Amara did not turn fully, but from the corner of her eye, she saw a dark sleeve. A polished shoe. Someone inside was watching.
Go on then. Don't keep the meeting waiting.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Amara kept walking. Her steps were controlled. Her thoughts were not.
Amara returned home uneasy. That night, she prayed harder than she had prayed in months. Not elegant prayer, not rehearsed prayer. The kind of prayer that comes when peace leaves the room. She asked God for wisdom. She asked God for discernment. She asked God for protection. And as she prayed, one thought would not leave her heart. This was bigger than missing money. There was fear attached to it, and fear usually meant someone was protecting more than paperwork. When Amara returned home 2 days later, something felt wrong before she even entered. The curtain near the window was slightly shifted. A framed picture sat at an angle she never left it. Her hand tightened on her bag. She checked the door. No visible damage. She stepped inside. Nothing seemed stolen, but when she reached her bedroom, the truth was obvious. Her wardrobe was open. A storage box had been pulled down. Papers had been moved. A drawer had been searched. Not robbed, searched.
No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no.
She knew immediately what they wanted. Evidence. Photos. Notes. Proof. But by God's mercy, she had already backed up the phone images privately. Still, the message was clear. Someone was trying to frighten her. Nathan came over immediately.
Don't touch anything else.
They went through my things, Nathan.
Were the photos here?
No, I moved them.
Good.
This is not just intimidation anymore.
No, it isn't.
I don't feel safe here.
Tonight, you won't stay here alone.
What if they come back?
Then they will meet people ready for them, not fear waiting quietly.
I never imagined this could happen around church matters.
That is how deception works. It hides best in places where people least expect it.
Nathan checked the house thoroughly, changed the main lock, and called a trusted Christian lawyer in their wider network, a woman named Mrs. Igioma Grant. to ask what should be done if church finances were being manipulated by insiders. Mrs. Grant did not sound surprised. That disturbed Amara even more. She advised caution, documentation, and silence until more concrete evidence was secured. She also told them not to assume that every smiling face at church was safe. Nathan prayed over the house and stayed back that night. He prayed against fear, against manipulation, against hidden enemies, against the spirit of intimidation. And when he finished, Amara finally broke down. Not because of the papers, not because of the note, not even because of the search, but because the one place she had trusted most was beginning to feel unsafe. And nothing wounds the heart quite like danger wearing familiar clothes. What started as a simple act of service has now turned into something far more dangerous. Amara has seen too much, and now someone knows that she knows. If this has kept you on edge so far, like this video, share it with someone who needs to be more aware, and comment what you think Amara should do next. But this is not the end. What happens next will test her faith, her courage, and her safety. Don't miss part 2, because the truth is just getting started.